All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name, as usual, is Osaji Bramens, and I'm here with another episode of Dear Gospel Musician. Now, I have seen a trend that is gradually becoming a thing in the gospel space, and I feel it should be addressed. It should be addressed because for future projects or future initiatives' sake, some of these things needs to be addressed. Now, just a couple of days back, I did a video and I was congratulating Dr. Sonny Badu on a successful event, and then the fact that the event went so well. But unfortunately, after the program, people started pushing some unnecessary agenda because of one or two things that they perceive to be a stunt or something that was done for attention or whatever. And I was saying that it is not important to put so much attention on such things because they are irrelevant. And I still stand by them. Such things are irrelevant to talk about. Let's talk about the success of the program. Let's talk about how well the program went. Let's talk about how much people were impacted at the program. Now, just a couple of days after the event, Dr. Sonny Badu granted an interview to one of our top stations in the country. And unfortunately, personally, I thought certain things he said in the interview were a no. Like totally no. Now, this is what he said. Let's just watch. This is what he said.
I mean, Dr. Kukoting, he was not picking up my phone calls. I say it as it is. You see, that's the problem. He didn't pick up my phone call.
I promise you.
He did promise to be a part of it. I put it within it to my Instagram. So he said he was going to do it.
Some people who disappoint.
Listen, you can't. This is what gospel musicians go through. And you know, a lot of people. Gospel, I advocate for my people.
Oh, so what can roll like that?
So no, he didn't pick up. I mean, it's just, I respect that. Listen.
Okay, so we've listened to what Dr. Sonny Badu said. Let me say this. Sometimes it's not everything you need to talk about. Sometimes it's not everything you need to talk about. Respect to him. He's a learned man of God. He's someone who has gone far in ministry and all that. But you see, nobody owes you sponsorship. Nobody, absolutely nobody owes you sponsorship. So for him to make such a statement, I felt it came from a place of entitlement. Yes, you had some conversation with Dr. Kwekwoting. Certain agreements were made. He decided he was going to do this and do that. But if you call him and you didn't get him, if you call him and he didn't pick up, if you call him and for whatever reason that agreement didn't come on, why come and sit on social media and then paint the man black? That is a total no. That is a total no. We already know that getting sponsorship for gospel events is very difficult. Getting sponsorship for gospel events is very difficult. How many big gospel events in this country have gotten the big corporate sponsorships that we see secular programs get. It is already very difficult to get sponsorship in the gospel space. And this action by Dr. Sonny Badu is going to make it extra difficult. You know why? Because now the corporate events, the corporate bodies, the corporate entities, the big men are going to advise themselves that, hey, gospel for when you say BBC win to me and you call you back on radio so now wakasa say why is he? That is wrong. That is so wrong. Charlie, this is something that I never expected Dr. Sonny Badu to do. This is so wrong. It's wrong on all levels. And even on the level that he has a personal relationship with him. From all indication, from what he said. So if there is even that personal relationship, I mean, it is below the belt to even come on a national platform, mention his name, that he wasn't picking up your calls, and Doc, I think this is way below the belt. This is way below the belt. I mean, you could have handled this differently. You could have handled this totally differently. I mean, this is below the belt. Dr. Kwekwatin is one of the most respected people in this country. He's done so much to help artists, gospel, secular. I mean, his impact in the creative arts cannot be underemphasized. So if for one or two reasons it didn't happen as you initially thought it would, I mean, coming on a platform to mention his name that he didn't do this, I mean, that is not right. And we should understand this. Nobody owes you sponsorship. You decided to do your concert. I'm an event organizer. I have organized a couple of events. Before you decide to go and do an event, you already have your budget in place. You already have your money down. You don't go into an event thinking, oh, we be my way answer my way in. So if the person doesn't do that, that means your event can't come on. No. You put up a splendid, beautiful event. It was top-notch on all standards. By all standards, it was one of the most beautiful events we've had in this country. It still came on. Yes, sponsors disappointed you, but you still did the event. It still went well. So why don't we dwell on the people who actually supported, the people who actually put in efforts to make it happen? I feel that is what he should have done. Rather than even those who supported, he made it look like it was irrelevant. No, Doc, no. I feel this was way below the belt. In as much as you have every right to express how you felt, you had every right to say how it is that it happened. But you see, in this media space, everything you do has a ripple effect. Now, the ripple effect of this is that it is going to affect other gospel artists who would go to some of these entities, who would go to some of these corporate bodies, who would go to some of these big people to seek sponsorship. Sometimes you can actually promise someone because you expect that, Charlie, at this time I'm going to be able to do this for you. But unfortunately, anything can happen. But that doesn't mean that you should come on air and then make the person look so bad. No. No. Dr. Kwekwatin has done so much for our creative arts industry in this country. So if for nothing at all, I think he should have been given that respect. For nothing at all. And if for nothing at all, for the relationship that Dr. Sonny Badu and Dr. Kwekwatin have, that should have been protected Because if I have a relationship with you, a solid relationship with you, and something happens, and then, you know, things don't go like how it should, I don't think I would come on any radio platform or TV platform and then say that, oh, we crowd castle bay the 1 year winner, my friend crowd one far, and I mean, no. First of all, whatever negotiations that you had with him, you didn't do it in the media. You didn't do it in public. So if it didn't go as planned, why come and sit in public and tell us? Because from the onset, we didn't even know what it is that you discussed with him in the first place. So then, if it didn't go as you expected it, why come and tell us the other side that he didn't do this, he didn't do this? If from the beginning you came to tell us that, yes, you discussed this and he said he was going to do this, he was going to give this, he was going to do this, and then you came back to say, even that wouldn't have made it right, but at least beginning and the end, we are part of it. That is, the media is part of it. You see, I feel that our gospel musicians should understand this thing. When you go on any platform to talk, Charlie, you need to be extra careful, because the media personality or the presenter or the host or whoever is getting his news, is getting his content, is doing his job. But it's left to you, who is answering the questions, to understand that whatever it is that you say shall and will be used against you in future. So we need to be extra smart, extra. When you realize the conversation is going on a tangent that is not going to be very good for you, for your brand, deflect it as soon as possible. Because you realize that at a point, the presenter was just trying to pull on the thread, pull on the negative, trying to pull on it. That was wrong. For Dr. Sonibadi to feed it. I feel this one, Doc, you didn't do it well. No, this one, in as much as you have the right to say whatever you have to say, that is fine. But in my view, my opinion is that you goofed big time. Big time. Big time. And you see, one thing our gospel artists should understand is that building a brand takes so much. Some of these things would actually dent the brand that you build. Because trust me, next year, if it so happens that you're going to have the event again, you go to sponsors, and definitely some people are going to be like, we'll see what we can do. And that's it. You know why? Because they don't want to engage with you so that any negatives or anything would come up. Corporate bodies and entities look out for people that they can trust. They look out for brands that they can trust. If I enter into a negotiation and agreement with you, I should trust you enough to know that whatever it is that I have decided, I've discussed with you, stays between the two of us. Peradventure, things don't even go as it should. You don't come out and then paint me black. Brand integrity is very important. So my gospel artists, before you sit on any platform and then free your mind, air your views, say your mind, say whatever it is that you feel you want to say, think about these things. I can tell you for a fact that there are some gospel artists in this country. Let me even talk about Takoradi, because I'm in Takoradi. There are some gospel artists in Takoradi here. It doesn't matter unless God comes from heaven. It doesn't matter how well they can sweet talk people. They have dented their brand. Their brand has become soil. So you go to any place, you might be anointed and all that, but brands won't want you